Welcome to HomeKit 5. I'm Josh.
I'm Brayden.
This week we're going to talk about a window and glass break sensor. VocoLink has a new sensor. Eve adds something to their app. And Level Lock. Some news about the Level Lock. And then we have a bonus fifth story this week. Something about Pushcut. Have we talked about Pushcut before?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm excited about that. All right. First up is this window and glass break sensor. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I've seen people use vibration sensors to do something like this. But there is a German smart home company, Imsig, E-I-M-S-I-G, and they've released a HomeKit compatible device that basically attaches to your window. It's 149 euros. Honestly, I guess that's not bad. I mean, we got a lot of windows in this house though, so that would get kind of expensive, I would think. But it looks interesting, right? Because normally your sensors are predicated on a window, either the vibration or a window being opened, right? So you have like the door and window sensors that you normally get. So I don't know. This is interesting. It can tell whether a door or a window has been open or tilted, and you can even let your windows be open at night. So they have like different ways you can kind of control that. I'm kind of curious to see almost what this looks like in HomeKit itself. So I don't know. Interesting thing.
I would assume that it would show up like as just like an open and close thing.
Like a door sensor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
Speaking of door sensors.
Yeah, good segue.
VocoLink, they have a door sensor, and it's showing up on the company's official website, in the Czech and Slovakian websites, and some other merchants in Europe. It uses Bluetooth 5.0, and it has a lifespan of 6 months.
Yeah, it uses just the little like old style watch coin battery.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is interesting. The pricing is maybe the most interesting. They're saying that they're going to have a 2-pack for $50 Canadian, which works out to be $35 US. So 2 door sensors for $35 is a pretty good price. I want to say that's pretty close to what Aqara is currently doing. So I'm not a fan of Bluetooth, so I would be interested to see this kind of like timed out, like what's the response timing of Aqara versus the response timing of VocoLink.
Yeah.
Just Bluetooth hasn't been great in my opinion. Wi-Fi and Zigbee seem like better options thus far. All right, so when you're adding that new VocoLink to your home app, right, you can use Eve now to do it and add that HomeKit device through Eve. And at the same time, they offer you a little integration there with HomePass. We talked about HomePass last week, where you can easily just say, hey, add this code to HomeKit. Now, this does require, you can't do it all at once. You have to like add the device and then go back through the Eve app and say you want to add the HomePass, add the device through HomePass. Mm-hmm. Because they can't, the way HomeKit security works, you can't like get at that HomeKit device code through the Eve app while it's being set up. So that's why you have to do it separately. But this is cool. I like seeing this like cross pollination of like features amongst HomeKit enabled apps. This is exciting to me. I'm glad that Aaron Pierce and the Eve team worked this out. I don't know. Any thoughts here?
Not really.
No?
I think it's gonna be nice to just add that in there.
Yeah. As I add HomeKit devices, I've definitely been using HomePass. So, I don't know. We might have to try. The tricky one is Wemo. I kind of wonder if we could use like Eve to add Wemo, and if that experience gets any better. I doubt it.
All right, Level Lock. it no longer requires a reservation to order one. It's now available for purchase with immediate shipping. We've talked about this before. It goes into the actual lock fixture. So you have your deadbolt, and then the actual bolt that gets replaced with the level lock.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still kind of excited about this one. We're on iMore here, and they mentioned the Walmart in-home grocery delivery service. I still don't think I'd use that. But it is interesting, right? Like, people are trying new things, and I think level lock looks super interesting. I still think I might go order one of these things and put it in one of our doors. It is a Bluetooth device, but some of our doors, I don't know, like, I feel like when you put a smart lock on there, it's just kind of bulky, right? Like, the one we have on the front door is oh gosh, now I can't think of the name of it. We even did a video too.
We did.
It's not Schlage, it's Yale. We did the Yale Assure lock, right? And it's got the pad on the front, and then it's got like this big bulky thing on the inside with the batteries on it and everything. And I don't know, this is such an elegant solution. I'm still kind of interested in maybe trying this thing out. I should follow up. I know there were some people in the HomeKit. If you haven't joined yet, there is a Slack group. I'll try to find the link, and maybe you guys can join if you're not part of that. And I feel like that's a great place to go to ask questions. And that's where I first heard about the level lock. So I don't know, kind of interesting there. See if we can get some impressions on that. So that brings us to Pushcut, our last story of the day, our fifth story, HomeKit 5. We made it to 5. It's a good week for news. This, I'm not sure we've talked about Pushcut, like I said earlier. So it's a weird one for me. It's an app that you buy and then you put on a device. Like, we were talking about that device earlier that you found, that iPod 4th Gen.
Yeah.
So you just run it on like a dedicated piece of hardware that you're going to leave plugged in. I say dedicated, like I did air quotes there. Because like you can't do certain things with shortcuts and HomeKit, and this is like ties all that together. It gives you like web hooks for HomeKit essentially, and it allows you to do things off of various triggers. And one thing that they've been doing lately, and what I love seeing, and I think his name's Simon, the developer, he's also in that HomeKit chat, and so I've been watching some of the chat around it. But some of the stuff that he's done lately, like adding support for if this then that, allows you to now trigger, you can now have something happen, and then you can then like call a Pushkit or a Pushkit. You can call Pushcut server trigger essentially. So here's what he said in the Reddit post. You can send Pushcut notifications from any if this and that trigger. You can execute any if this and that action from Pushcut by connecting it to the action executed trigger. Combine this with the Pushcut automated server. You can automatically run shortcuts from any if this and that trigger, and you can set HomeKit scenes from any if this then that trigger. So I don't know, this is starting to really open up the world of like what you can do with the outside world. I could envision seeing that, you get an email, you can make a light go off. Like, there's all kinds of crazy things you could do with this, right? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of kicking around the idea of maybe trying to find like an old iPod that we can get off Craigslist or something. I mean, it's kind of hard to do when we're in lockdown still, but lockdown. I do think this is probably worth playing with and just seeing what kind of like automation you can do. The other thing that's nice, like I was trying to read up on like why you would want to use this. One of the things you can't do is like automate certain kinds of shortcut triggers, or like, if you include I don't know. They were talking about location-based stuff and then firing shortcuts, right? So this is like marrying the idea of like I want to have HomeKit, something change in HomeKit, and then I want to run a shortcut, or I want a shortcut to run, and then I want to change something in HomeKit. So it like brings all that together easily. So I don't know. I definitely think this is worth exploring, and it's clear to me the developer is like working very, very hard, right? We now have if this and that. We have Zapier. Like that pretty much covers a ton of different applications for you. So you got anything?
No, I'm still just trying to comprehend like what it means exactly.
Yeah. I think we just have to play with this thing and like understand its features, right? It's like I can sense it's powerful, but I don't understand like where it fits in everything yet. So maybe we'll get that device and we'll play around with it, and then maybe we'll do a video on it or something on the YouTube channel. Anyway, I want to say, you want to check the reviews real quick?
Yeah, sure.
See if we got any new ones. As always, there's a couple ways you can help us out. One is keep listening. Another is tell other people about our show. We really appreciate that. We don't really do a lot of advertising or posting this anywhere. So if you tell people, that's super helpful. And then leave us reviews. That's another easy way. You can leave a reviews on iTunes, or you can go on YouTube. You can leave a comment, give us a thumbs up there. We post these as a podcast and as a video. So all kinds of ways you can help us out there. And we enjoy doing this. This is just something we do in our spare time. And we're trying to learn new skills, like putting together YouTube videos and producing podcasts and getting some new equipment. So it's fun for us and something we do on the weekend. So any new reviews? No, you guys disappoint. Someone go leave us a review. Put some words in there. We appreciate that. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week.